Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We've actually seems like I had some Lana Del Rey playing in the background there, but welcome to the Junior 7-a-side here at Dubbo again. We're in the semi-finals, and could not be happy to be here at the moment. This is going to be a ripper of a game. We've got Zone 4 Grey, Cooper Fliedner, and Sam Rich against Billy Waite and Brendan Ford of Zone 12. And it is the knockout rounds now. These guys have made it through beating all of the zones around them. And what is an absolutely stunning morning after turning up on Friday, and it was a bit rough, and then rainy and windy, and then yesterday was, it was fine. It didn't rain, but it was icy cold. And this morning is beautiful and warm. Not a breath of wind. As you can see over there, just the flag's only just being able to move in the breeze there. Good crowd in, good amount of people. No one, sadly, to join me this morning, so you have to put up with me the whole time. Good to see everyone turning up as at 20 to 9 in the morning. Most people, I guess, it's Sunday church, maybe on a Sunday morning social bowls day, but we hope you enjoy this little bit of coverage we have of the final couple of games in this fantastic series at Dubbo. Now, Billy Waite's pretty familiar to me as a brilliant bowler. I've met him at Warilla, and very serious bowler. Pretty good fun off the field, but he's got a couple of good bowls in there, and his opponent in Cooper Fliedner is absolutely, he's holding shot there. I do like a guy who uses white bowls. That makes me happy. The Zone 4 obviously being the locals. Oh, he's knocked Billy up as it sat. Yeah. So a bit unlucky there from the Zone 4 skipper, Sam Rich. Brendan Ford playing the forehand. Yesterday that was very much the wider hand. We haven't moved off that same line. We've that's a pretty good bowl. Just short of jack high. Cooper not scared. He's caught him some weight, plays some strong, and Sam not wasting any time. Doesn't look real happy with it. Probably didn't play the weight that he wanted. Oh, risky there again, just cutting across the head. Yeah, that was the wider hand, but without the breeze today, I think it might be a bit more even either side. Brendan put a good one in a second ago. Let's see if he manages that again. Well, very similar bowl. If it falls over, it might be in for a shot. Or another shot. A little bit more width for Sam this time. And running a bit through as he wanted. They were only one down. That was a pretty smart shot to play in the end. Didn't want to go too big. They only got one. They only do have one in the head, and if they move that, then they're in trouble. Really deliberate delivery by Brendan Ford. He's got a beautiful technique. It's guided them so far. The Zone 12, the City team, into the finals. Oh, and it's just sat there. They're moving. Oh, that's one of Billy's. 2. Oh. 3 it is. 3 to Zone 12. The Sydney South and, Southeast, I guess. Wearing the South Sydney colours, of course. Red and green. I've just realised I've got to get that scoreboard up. So excuse me while I fluff around that scoreboard. I'll make sure the camera's facing in the right direction, and then I'll get the scores up for everyone so we can see what's going on. There we go. So a pretty long end, actually, in the end. Billy's thrown it a long way. You see a pretty good crowd lined up along the side there. That's all at the moment. For Sunday morning, we've got some of the usual bowls tragics, but parents, supporters, and friends of these guys, they've all travelled up here out here to Dubbo. Some obviously from the city. Zone 4 is the local guys, so they'll have a good amount of support. And then if you head out to the other side of the rink, we've got people from as far away as the far south coast of New South Wales in Merimbula and Tathra. And all of these juniors come from such a long way. I'll give you just a bit of a personal note how important these series are, and not just that, but how amazing the people playing in them are. I get starstruck. I speak about being starstruck. I'm a low-grade nobody in bowls, and coming out to places like this where I get to see these champions play, they teach me a lot. They're a lot younger than me, but they've got skills, and they've been coached really well and mentored really well by everyone around at their clubs. And I've certainly learned a lot from them. My bowls have improved just watching these guys play. And I like to think everyone here too. Oh, Billy Waite, while I turned my back and had my face against the screen sorting out the scoreboard, the Billy Waite's dropped one in beautifully there. So I still think right now Cooper's got the edge. But Billy's getting one of his there at least, struggling to find weight perhaps. Oh, that was close. Brennan forward, nearly taking Billy out. All right. Scoreboard correct. Wonderful. So Brendan there just dropping that one quite beautifully next to Billy's bowl for 2 shots now. A bit of work here for Sam to do. There's bowls in the way on both sides. And not really... Well, he's got a run on. There's there's the call. We have an umpire's call immediately on the other side. I think I've got zone 16 next to me. Oh, that's too narrow. Or may get some luck, and has bounced off the front one. Kick jack back, and one shot down the back there to young Cooper Fliedner. He's done quite well with the back bowl coverage. That's what we'd like to see from our leads. Oh, good try there. So I haven't actually seen Brendan play before. He's got some pretty good style straight up. Wants it to turn now. Caution. He's kicked it sideways, but I don't think he's done the damage. So that's 1 to zone 4. So as you're looking around, you'll see on our Facebook page now you'll see a little montage I shared before of the mullets. They've proven to be quite popular. It turns out that Sam Rich came and had a word to me this morning saying I missed him out, so I'll take a photo of his magnificent mullet, as you'll see, and I'll put it up on. I'll make sure we get to see it on the screen in a second, where you can see it there. It's absolutely remarkable. It is a majestic haircut, I'm not going to lie. Across the way over there, I can see Kobe Katau, often mistaken for having a mullet. Definitely does not have one. I'm not going to harp on this too long. I might, because I love the haircut and I love the style these guys bring to the game. I'll see if I can get a little picture of the bloke as those leads chuck their first couple down. See, that there, that's not a mullet. That's just a lot of hair. Kobe Katau, legendary state player for in the juniors. It's a great name to say as well. I love the name Katau. It sounds like a word that just shoot across the screen in that 1960s Batman TV show. Andrew Fogwell asking how many ends these guys play. They play 18 ends today. 3 bowl pairs. It's quite a quick game. And the idea being that we try to get all the 3 sides, that was close, all 3 teams in A side finishing together. So far we've found the singles tend to finish very quickly and finish first, but we get them in, we get the final later on, pretty much straight after this, pretty close, and that'll be another 18-ender. And then lunch, and then we have a presentation with the shield and the trophies. It's quite a good day. If you're in the Dubbo area, and I'm sure a lot of Zone 4 guys, come on down to the club for the final and this afternoon. It's a fantastic facility here at Club Dubbo, one of the better clubs I reckon I've been to. Some of the best people too, by the way. And Billy has cut across with all 3 of his bowls there, and a little bit of breeze. There was absolutely 0 dew last night. No dew at all. Was very, still, I'd say. Not much breeze, but there's just no moisture out here at all this morning. So the greens are drying out as we speak and getting faster and faster. And comes Sam down that narrow hand. I'm interested to see where this finishes. Going to just miss Jack and sit in behind. It's very handy, and you can see he didn't take much grass there, and that, I think, is the ditching effect at the moment. It's not much to do with anything else. Sam once again punching through, skirting on all the way back to the line, which is not bad. Look, his line's pretty good on that hand. He's got that down pat. We'll see if it keeps running as true as it. It keeps running true as those 2 bowls seem to indicate it will, because it didn't yesterday or the day before. This side seemed to be a bit more regular, the side that Brennan's coming down now, although he's crossed. Big opportunity for a multiple here if they manage it. Sam Rich with the magic fingers. Sam, looks wider to me on that hand. He's throwing a little more weight, trying to move Jack through, but probably kept the grass. Yeah, too much grass. It stayed right out. As we saw yesterday and the last couple of days, any kind of weight on that hand, and you just won't turn. The Jack will not turn. I was expecting it to dry out a little, just as the breeze kicks up now. Yeah, we're getting a little gust come through. I hope that doesn't last. It's been beautiful and still. Oh, Mr. Andrew Lynn joining me and bringing me a cup of tea, which we both enjoy quite a lot. Thank you very much. He's going to get his jumper. He's decided it's too cold out here. It's very warm in the club, warm and inviting actually, like a warm hug. So they're having a good look now. Billy the taller standing up on his toes to get a good view. Yeah, he's smart play. He said, I think it's only one. The Cooper doesn't agree and gets down and says, I'll go get it. If you won't give it to me, I'll go and get it. Under the very close eye of Billy. Had the string stuck under his measure there. It's a new one. So 1 to the local guys, zone 4 grey. 2-3 now after 3 ends, and a close tussle as we expect in a final. Oh, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this cup of tea. Thank you, Mr. Andrew Lynn. Busy lads in there in the sports department at the moment. There's meetings going on and all of the background work looking after, I don't know how many players got here, over 80, nearly 90 players. So similar length end, going in this direction. They've stuck it close to the tee both times, or both ways. Interested to see if zone 12 changes that up. Billy's a very smart player, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. What a way to spend a Sunday morning. I can't tell you how lucky I feel most of the time sitting here with getting to do this. These are smart players. You can see over there 2 great mates, Ryan Clem and Tom Rich, playing against each other over there. Some of these guys in their final junior event, ever. Oh, good shot there. Geez, Cooper's really found his range. Setting the tone of this match, how important a lead is going to be shown here. Just didn't make it, I think, Billy. Wanted to swing through. Cooper just Sam called him down to duck under his own, but again, he put a little bit of weight on that hand. It just doesn't turn. And Billy Waite just looking to, I think he's going to come around underneath his own, but I think he was just looking for the jack, to be honest. So a close look now from Sam just to see exactly what position they're in. I don't think it matters. There's only one shot for him to play. So they're indicating 1 to Billy there, the zone 12 player. You can see in the camera on the top left of your screen there, the breeze has just picked up. It's lifting those flags slightly. They're pretty light, they're pennants, so it's and the older ones, 1992 I can see up there, 96, 91. They've been picked up by a little bit of a breeze. It's nothing huge. It's not making me cold in the box here. If that pulls up, we'll be happy. Whoa, no, may have. No, still 1 is the indication there from Billy. As you look down and see what Brennan can do. Even promoting Billy's is good, but crossing around to that white one's even better. Not quite the weight. I can see quite a few good players over there I didn't even see. Notice Tim Thorning, Chanel Chakouche. One of the guys here eating musk sticks. I'm going to go raid and see if I can steal one of those. Hang on a sec. When's the last time, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments who are watching, you had a musk stick? I have to say that I've just been handed a couple. And zone 16 all the way now. Bless them. Lollies this early in the morning. Oh, this is quick. Jack. No, oh, he's just missed everything. Just. Shot there by Sam. Good effort. Just wanted to touch on anything. Brendan and Billy having a really good talk, really good chat about what to do. Brennan may have played his own bowl in there. That was the call, by the way. They called that to head that way, either to move something there in or to rather run the jack. And that looks like two. So 2 to zone 12. They're running it at the moment on equal... after 4, they've both won 2 ends, but zone 12 had a 3 and a 2 and just a couple of singles to zone 4. Currently, that's a little bit of a short ahead, which is good news. Which is exactly what I expected, my apologies, from zone 12 players. As I move this little fella in so we can see it better. They were discussing it before and said they want to stay away from the end. Added a little bit too much random in it. And Billy started off as you'd expect. Well, as he would have hoped, right next to the jack. Jamie Nab, is there any way to check scores from other games? Currently not, sadly. We couldn't get a program running for this kind of format. And while I'd love to have one for you, I do apologise. We can't. We worked hard on it. We couldn't quite get there in any sort of system. So at the moment, we'll just have to wait till after the games, and I'll keep you updated as best I can. If there's anything you'd specifically like, ask me, and I'll see if I can send a runner out to get a score. Oh, these lads are really starting to dial this in. Find their range beautifully. There you go. Cooper just kicking Jack across to his own bowl there. Fantastic. And Seymour saying, talking about yesterday's commentary, towards the end of yesterday, I managed to brilliantly hand over to, well, I'll say brilliantly, they did brilliantly, the guys, we had three of them here looking after the commentary for me. Mr. Scott Brannigan over there, it's Big Red, Reece Finn Young, and Travis, and they were very impressive. They were very they were very upbeat. Had some good conversations. We got some really good feedback about that, but they were good fun, and we love to give these guys the opportunity. They're going to have big futures in the sport. Reece Finn Young's, like, at this point, barring some kind of tragedy, you can see her moving into a Jackaroo squad very quickly, at least the under-25s or pathways and that kind of thing, and to give them some kind of exposure just in simple things like this is such a big deal for them, and they love it. They had a great time. I'm very grateful for them. It gave me half-hour break. I just sit down and look after the cameras and let them talk. I get to go and take some photos. Something about that you will have also seen. No, you're welcome, Jamie. You will have seen online there on Facebook as well. All the team shots are up and uploaded. If you would like, if you're a zone official or a coach, or even the club official for one of the kids, send me an email, ben@bowlsnewsouthwales.com.au, and I'll send it through to you. I'll send you the big size so you can frame it as you require. I wouldn't approve the Benny Two Shoes at bowlsnewsouthwales.com.au, but I'll keep pushing. I'll see what I can do. It's another good discussion here by Billy and Brendan. Good teamwork shown by these lads. They do collaborate. Bowls is such a strong team sport that collaboration is important rather than a dictatorial relationship, which I have seen quite a bit. Whoa, Brennan running through, playing the correct shot, I think. A wise shot. And welcome to the stage. Oh, that's me. Welcome to the stage, I think, Mr. There you are, that one there, number one. Mr. Andrew Lynn.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything through the headphones.
No?
I can't hear.
Oh, I can hear you. You're definitely online. Welcome. There's something funny going on there. I'll just swap that camera out. Sorry, I'm playing with the headphones there. I actually missed that score, so I'll wait till the scoreboard gets updated. Look, we got 4 all now on 5, so that looks like 2 to the grey team.
Let's try this one. Yeah, I can hear myself now.
You can hear yourself now, yeah. Well, something's gone funny there. I'll have to check that later on. But welcome. Glad you're here.
You look lonely out here, Ben, so I thought I'd come and join you.
I had used a lot of words, my allotted words for the day.
I was just preparing some of the paperwork for the calculation of the champion zone. A couple of people have asked me how it works. We do play for an individual discipline medal, 1st to 16th place actually in each of the disciplines, and the zone's performance within the discipline will get a certain number of points, 20 for the winner, right down to 1 for 16th place. Then we add up the 3 discipline points, and the highest one wins the champion zone. Seems remarkably simple, doesn't it?
Yeah, seems easy. Definitely not. Mary Ingram, welcome, watching from Fife, Scotland. Welcome once again. It's not that simple. There's a lot of teams here, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate a few things. I'm just going to call it out again now. The team from the ACT coming in and joining us here at the in a New South Wales event. We really appreciate it, and we hope to see them again over the years, especially with such a young squad too. I was speaking to some of them yesterday.
Look, it's just part of our increased cooperation with our other states. We're working with ACT that help them, and they get the experience. It's all about developing bowls.
Yeah, exactly right. The more numbers we have and the more we collaborate. We may be rivals on the field, but off field I think we need to all work together, and even at club level, not just at state level.
And we regularly talk to ACT, Bowls Vic and Bowls Queensland as well.
We don't worry about the Western states, though. Is that right?
Well, I'm sure they do. We have similar issues along the East Coast with programming, and we're collaborating there to try and promote bowls and make it so we're not clashing with the major events. Not to divide the streaming market for one thing, because it's in all three states' interest to have the biggest audience we possibly can, because it gets a better market towards our potential event partners.
So Zone 4 Grey, I've really found it here. They've got the leads holding 3. The only 3 bowls near the jack at the moment are those 3 white ones.
Does look a little bit on the tight side.
Yeah, it's the tight hand. He probably didn't want to bash that, but in the end, no damage. I think I'd been playing the wider hand to go to those white bowls at the back at this point. Let's see what Brendan's got. Perhaps looking to promote or get in there and for his own. Sandra Bruce, welcome.
Well, I think he's got the right idea. He just needs another yard of weight or so. The white bowls are just about jack high, and I reckon you can draw inside those easily enough. I haven't seen how much this hand's turning today, but I think it's the right decision here for Sam also to change over to the backhand. And he doesn't need to draw inside the white bowls. He just needs to get past the yellow.
He's got to get past it. He's now looking for the gap.
Well, that's actually a good line. Yeah. It's just needed another 2 metres of weight.
Well, it's nice and safe. They're already holding a fairly big multiple there. It's also kind of in the way if Brendan would chose to knock up either of Billy's bowls there.
I think they're just far enough short to make that a little bit of perhaps a shot anyway. There's a nice choice. I think if Brendan wanted to knock the bowls up, he'd be better off to play the tight hand.
Yeah, play the other side. Yep, I agree with that. Well, he's not. He's playing on that wider side. Fair line.
It's all going to come down to his speed, which I think is just a little bit.
I tell you what. Oh, he's played that very, very well.
Really drawn the shot. That's a great save.
Yeah, I reckon Billy down just pulling the tape out by the looks. Yep.
Well, Billy's got the shotgun measure technique.
Yes.
Not my favourite.
Stand back, or sit back behind it and lean forward. Yeah.
But I'll give him credit for this. He's got one knee on the turf. He's got one hand on the turf. And the business end hand is also sitting on the turf, so nice and stable.
Stable, yep. Lessons for people measuring.
It's not the technique you'll be taught if you're an umpire. You'll be told to work from the open side, so you'll work in between them because you've got your shoulders over the top of the work, and it's easier to balance.
Well, so an umpire's call here. The boy's doing something I really dislike, and that's cleaning all the other bowls out of the way. I've seen too many people kick the wrong bowl out, and
that's actually what you're supposed to do when you call an umpire.
Well, there you go. I didn't know that because I was always told just get off the green.
An umpire at ITO level will also always, and any level should say, which bowls do you want me to measure?
Yeah.
Remove the ones you don't want me to measure. Get them out of the count. And so you might be calling an umpire for the third shot or fourth shot, and that's where I think the, shall I call it the ladies' technique of putting the two or three on the bowls cloth is actually very handy.
I always do that every single time.
But I also group my shots together and kick the rest out of the way. That's just so I don't forget how many I've already taken out. Do I take 3 of yours out or 4?
That's right. No, I do. Yeah, same thing. I put the cloth down, put them on top of that, leave it alone.
Alan's chocked up the bowls that are leading, put the 2 targets on, and we'll get out the laser measure.
Oh, laser. Beautiful. So Anne Seymour was asked, do we have young bowlers from the state of the Northern Territory or playing for Australia? Now, the answer to that is...
Not many.
In the Jackaroos squad, I don't think so, but I do know that they have a... that Jacko up there in the Northern Territory has a really good junior program running, and they do some really good work out there, particularly in Darwin. But I don't know if there are any Jackaroos currently getting around. Oh, and it's 1 to the grey team of Zone 4. So yes, I think their scoreboard over there is wrong, or I've got the wrong score. After 6 ends, that should be maybe that was a 1, not a 2. I'll just stick with it until they change the scoreboard. But it's either even on 5 all or or 5-4 with the great team just being up.
Well, the current Jackaroos squad has a pretty heavy focus on Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria. And I think there's some financial reasons there with the biggest clubs and the ones who are most in a position to support their bowlers financially with employment and time off benefits. A couple of Western Australians in Christina Christic and Cody Packer.
Legends.
Matty Lucas, I think Matt's...
I don't know.
He's from Queensland, she's from Helensvale. There you go. So Bowls Australia has that on their website under High Performance. The emerging Jackaroos mixed across South Australia, New South Wales, Queensland, ACT.
So we'll say that Cooper here is... I still think he's had the better of Billy. I think Billy's dropping 1 in there. He's had 1 knocked into the jack and worked around, but I do think that Cooper's beating him. Billy just walking down shaking his head. He's not not happy with his game. He's not playing very well. Warren Haviland's asking if you can see the Zone 16 scores. Give me a second while they're doing that.
Yes, Warren, we can see them. A better question is, can we tell you them? I have to always make sure Warren asks the right question.
All right.
Zone 16 is actually the one zone that has... These 2 zones that has 3 of their disciplines on this screen. 12 and 16 into both playoffs.
Shot there by Sam Rich. Improved the situation, just replaced his teammates' bowls. Yeah, but... So what have we got over there? We've got the rest of...
The pairs are next to us. 16 is leading 12-5 after 7. The singles is 8-6. Travis leading Ethan. Ends not needed. And in the 4s, it's zone 6, Kobe Katow playing against Hamish as the skippers.
So we're waiting for this one. Can I just show you something, Andrew? This young lady here, these two young ladies are two of my favourite people in this tournament at the moment. Their attitude is so fun to watch. The in-between ends, just kicking their feet and being a bit silly. It's great fun to watch. But they're great bowlers.
6-1 after 4, and some more shots to go on that for Illawarra as well. Zoe Davies just handing the... Well, she's picking up the
mat, yeah.
Jack to deliver it.
Look at that. Oh, now, so Sam Rich has just increased again. So Brendan's first bowl knocked Cooper's bowl over, the white bowl in line with the Jack. And since then, now at 3.
Well, Brendan's under a bit of pressure again. But the beauty for Brendan is he's got the ability to get in on both hands. I think he's playing the kind of hand. A little bit of a reach to the orange bowl.
Look, Waite out of his hand.
Doesn't want a lot of weight. I think he's pretty well pointed. Gets any contact, he's good. Just going to slide across. I think he might have got second. That is another good bowl. So, may not have got shot.
Was it? Yeah. The question is now, was it the second one?
I think it was 1.
I think it was 1. Yep. So a good rescue.
And
once again,
he's going to go and adjust the scoreboard.
So we'll find out.
So I make that as
6-4 on 7. So I can adjust that. Must have seen a 2 and it wasn't, but it was a 1. So 3 and a 1. Only after 7 ends, zone 12's won 2 of them, and the rest have gone to zone 4 grey. The locals.
But, I make it he saved 4 shots in 2 ends there.
Correct. Yeah, well put.
4 more on that. 10-4 after 7 is. Yep, you're struggling a bit, but 6-4, you're right in the game. Benny's just realised and flicked the switch.
So I'm trying to download. I'm going to find out which clubs these players are from. Start reading them out. Sam
Rich is he's either Mudgee or Golgong.
Sam Rich Mudgee.
Mudgee, yep.
Like his brother, and Cooper's from Manildra.
Billy's at Cabramatta, and Brendan is at St John's Park.
I love it when the old enemies get together. Red versus blue, but they're on the same team this time.
I don't think there are any enemies in the junior bowls, Petty.
No, you're right. They're all mates. Right,
that's the way that they all get together with CHS events and the junior events. It just seems to be a reunion over Mentos every time they get together.
Somehow it's turned into...
all the lolly snakes of our buckets full.
Oh, must sticks. So, Jacob Aitken, just out of nowhere at 8:30 in the morning, eating musk sticks and handed a couple over. Oh. Would you like one?
No, thanks. A little too much sugar early in the morning for me. Doesn't go with my nice strong tea.
Oh, yeah. Well, mine's all gone. I'm just finishing off the other bit of caffeine I have.
Billy's holding a couple. A little bit on the narrow side with both of them. And of course we are, if you've only just joined us, we're coming to you live from Club Dubbo for the 22-23 version of the Junior Interzone 7-a-side Championship. A big thanks to Club Dubbo for their ongoing partnership and support of the State Junior Interzone.
So Anthony Rich is telling us that Sam's currently at Maryland's now, having moved from Mudgee.
Well, he's going to Maryland's as well.
I didn't know that.
I knew Tom had gone.
Tom now.
Maybe the Marylands has now got all the riches.
Yeah, they're a wealthy club. That's right. They've got all the riches. I like that.
Going down to join my mate Tiger, Tony Wood. Oh, good effort from Sam. Just needed a little bit more on the running.
Yeah. Perfect line.
I just wonder whether he'd be better off to play that backhand side that's wider. The white ball coming in's against him. Doesn't want to turn it up.
There might be a bit of fear. He didn't play it well on the first couple of ends.
Yeah, look, you've got to...
Yeah, you got to persist, I think. I agree with you. If the shot's on, you've got to play it.
But they're his own two bowls just that bit short. We can talk freely now. They're at the other end. They're his own two bowls on the way in. If you're a little bit tight, you turn them over. Great. And if you draw the shot, great. Get a toucher on that backhand side. You're bringing it back to your own two yellow bowls. You get your line slightly wrong on that side and hit the white one on the edge. You're one down. Cost yourself two. The only other option would be to try and take that white one out, which seems what he's doing.
Well, yeah.
Again.
Oh, careful on his own.
Well, it's one way to do it. The only problem is you've just opened the drawer up for Brendan on that tight hand if he wants to play it.
I think he's in trouble. The yellow ones are Cooper's, aren't they?
Billy's.
Billy's.
Yeah, so he's three down. And look, honestly, you've gained one shot by playing that running shot. I think you had much more value in the backhand. It's still a very open draw. You played the backhand and got a little touch. You took away the chance. Brendan's played a couple of good bowls, but he's just going to hang wide with this one. May have even rolled it far enough to make the fourth.
No, I think it's only because I think the orange bowls are Sam's. So that's
yeah.
I think they indicated one, believe it or not. Oh, that was an interesting jack delivery. I
think I'm calling the wrong zone shots there. I must be fatigued.
Yeah, I reckon it's been, for you especially, it's been a long couple of days, longer than for me even. You guys doing a lot of math. It's been a pretty big event. Lots of meetings as well.
Yeah, a couple of meetings with different things, and big shout out to the venues that hosted our over 40s qualifying yesterday. The majority of those are all now completed. There's just a couple of venues with a playoff game or two this morning. The majority had 3 sectional and a playoff last night. The players were all happy to do that and get over in one day. A couple had 2 playoffs games, like Parks Railway. They'll be knocking those games over this morning. So we'll have our 32 qualifiers for the state finals at Club Grandviews on the 7th and 8th of October.
Zone 7 heading to Malua today.
Yep. I think there's 1 or 2 games there.
If I wasn't here, I'd be there too. Love that competition, the over 40s and even the rookies. Oh wow, big cattle truck just driving past there.
Well, if I wasn't here, I'd have to find a friend to play with. Can't play with Albie in that one. He's a bit older. Too old, unfortunately.
So we're trying to think yesterday of new names for the over 40s. Look at this on that tight hand. Sorry, Cooper, that's fantastic. Yeah, and just rolling down now into that bit rough area where everyone steps off.
Middle-aged marauding.
Middle-agers. How about Jamie Nabb's just saying you're a bit like the modern Leyland brothers, travelling everywhere. Travel all over the countryside.
I felt like I did. I took the wrong turn on the way up here. Came out rather rough road. It was about the same time. Actually, it's probably shorter, which is why the GPS pointed me that way.
Yeah. Well, no, I was thinking something about Gen X, because I think it's Generation X and the older millennials. We call it Tournament X or something like that.
Sounds like you name it after Wolverine. Or
Well, that's my generation too, so that's brilliant. Or our generation. So let's have a look at this.
three.
Poor Billy, who's a gun bowler, hasn't found his. It's either got one or the other. He's got either got the weight or the grass, and that time he's got neither. Cooper's all over him a bit here.
I think this is a little bit needing both.
Yeah, no weight on that one. No, not quite the weight on that one. That has gone to a much longer end.
I do think with that bit of rain we've had, the speed is that sort of in between. It's not quite quick and it's not quite slow.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I was saying that earlier. The green is drying out. We didn't get absolutely zero dew this morning, or at all. There was nothing on my car windscreen when I woke up. Unlike yesterday when I saw you picking ice off the off the windscreen before you could bring all your stuff across. I'm not sitting here under a blanket anyway. How does that sound?
Oh, it's good effort from Brendan. Good correction.
Yeah, very good correction.
Might have got second, do you think?
Yeah, just one finger in the air from Cooper there.
There is a big difference in the two hands too, which I think just messes with your brain a little.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, look, Sam had pretty good weight there, just didn't put the grass on it. Oh, this looks tight to me.
You definitely need to be outside that first, well, the second dark line outside our centre line.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's still a bit funny out there if you're seeing on the screen. I know I got a lot of questions about that yesterday. To fit 8 rinks on this, they've moved the lines slightly, and the rain just washed the chalk off. That's about all. So we can see it quite clearly here. You may not be able to see it on TV. But
yeah, and then look, 8 fits on this green
comfortably. Yeah.
So, and they don't normally run the 8 rinks on here for their general bowls program. There's pennants on, of course, you only use a maximum of 6. Social bowls, general in-house bowls will be using the 7 rinks, which is what the die rink lines are marked for. And Darren, the greenkeeper here, does an excellent job. Just put the chalk down for these games because...
Oh, he doesn't want that secondary line as they've got to last for a couple of months.
Exactly. It confuses locals.
Yeah, it's it.
And look, I think the only people who've had any problems with it was the first day where somebody got a little confused. Going, hang on, we're 2 inches off the centre line on one of the rinks. Yeah,
it's all right. That happens.
And people on telly who can't see the line.
Exactly right. So, yeah.
So that tight hand, it's a bit treacherous. So I think you're better off on the wider side.
I think you don't have to miss by much. You can see just where everyone steps off onto the green when they're playing in the other direction. It's a bit rough. So when the ball goes out there, it gets stuck. So if you just miss that correct line a little bit, well, great shot there by Billy. I think he's got shot.
Well, the ditch side is a bit tighter, I think, even without the wind.
Mm.
But with the wind, it's just tightening it up even more, and the bowl will get to the point where it starts to turn, and the wind is hitting the flat surface of the bowl, if we can call it that.
Yep.
So it acts like a sail on a boat.
He's a bit unlucky there. Probably played a little too much weight and just ran it through to Billy's bowl at the back. But yeah, I think you're right there, and just get hung up. You don't have to miss the line by much. And that breeze you can see now from being dead still when I first sat down this morning.
And you see that bowl's got to the point where it's going to turn, And then I reckon that's got the breeze flush on the belly there. It's just held its line.
Held it up, yep.
And we're probably not doing people that many favours by being on the ditch rink, because it will have that little bit. But our broadcast system means that to bring you the pictures, we need to get the cables out without being a hazard.
Yeah, safety first is we come in, and the first thing we do with our equipment here is plan where we're going to put everything. It's only often a short little session we have, but we're still playing. This time we've got a little cable run over the heads of everyone, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen there, which is really
and look,
nice.
I'll give the club credit. They asked us if we could stream off 18 instead of 17.
Mm-hmm. Oh, careful. Yeah, well, Smooth Jack actually tucked it away even more. Made it harder to get to.
It's not a bad result.
Yeah. I was just watching you, half expecting that one to get kick Jack in the open, and really hasn't done that. This looks to be a fairly good line here by Sam. Maybe cutting now.
Got
Wants
Cooper's
it to
interest.
Oh, just moved it forward. Maybe exposed Jack a little more. Sadly run outside the line. They haven't picked it up yet, but I don't think it's in.
No, that line's not the boundary, mate.
Oh, that's right. We're just talking about that.
The peg's
The boundary.
So that's actually more than inside. It's completely inside the boundary. And Brendan needs to miss the white ball.
And he didn't. Pushed it up, actually. Kicked it on the running surface. I still think they're 2, maybe 3.
Oh, Billy's indication is 2.
Okay.
I don't know if he's looked at the front one. Or maybe it's the back one that doesn't count. Don't know.
There's a shot there for Sam to play through a little bit on that hand. Between those 2 front bowls.
And look, all 4 players down the other end, so let's have a look. Sam needs to get another one in there. The orange one and the white one. Oh, it's another one just to be safe.
I was going to say, you and I have got a pretty good view straight down the rink here, and looking at the shot that he needs to play, and see that yellow bowl where it is. He could run through onto that one and potentially move Jack. If he misses narrow, then he'll move Jack as well.
He's got his own bowl to promote. I think that the trick is, though, don't go big.
Yeah, not too big, that's right.
If you go really big and you get the edge of the white one, it could cannon right over, take out your orange, and then scoot through the head and leave you 3 down with an easy draw for 4.
He's gone pretty big.
He's gone very narrow.
And really narrow. He's frustrated, throws his head back, that mulleted, magnificent, majestic.
I actually think the backhand was the better option there.
I agree.
A couple of yards of weight, just enough to hold it up, take the yellow's place, put the jack through to the ditch. You remember that if you go back to the spot, it's pretty much coming back to where it is now. Oh no, it's coming back over the other side, and you 2 white balls. So the kill wasn't a bad option.
And on the other hand, Brendan just looking to draw.
Yep.
He's pushed it out a fair way.
Safe line, just underneath the white on the way in. Just needs to get in underneath that.
Oh, wow. This is a great bowl.
It's good enough. So it is a great bowl.
1, 2, and then the question.
3.
3 it is. It's a bit of a turnaround there for
Big
Zone
change.
12, who haven't won an end for the last, it's 4 ends, and now they're on 7 shots. They've made it even. They've won 3 of the 9 ends. So they're doing it with big scores, not the other way around.
So we can see all the top 4 playoff games here on this green. Next door in the pairs. Yep, pairs. Zone 16 leading 15-5 after 9. And next to that in the fours, it's 8-5 after 8. Zone 16 leading Zone 6. Zone 3 has scored 14 in the fours game next to that. Then we've got the singles other match. The two singles matches. It's 12-10 after... Oh, it's 12-10. Zone 9 leading Zone 16. Ethan's just had a run, so I think it'll be...
Shook his head, he's not happy.
Yeah. And Ryan Clem and Tom Rich. Ryan's just picked up the mat, so I think it's actually Ryan leading. The board says 12-11, maybe a bit more than that. And then the next couple of games over are playoffs for other places.
Well, Billy Waite on this Frank's just dropped in his first shot that I think he's really happy with. Actually, I don't think he's drawn any closer than that today. Cooper's had just slightly the better of it, but he does have a very neat, regular routine the way he bowls. Billy Waite, it's good to watch.
I was trying to find the other pairs game and I realised we're watching it.
We're watching it, that's right. Good point. Well, that's a target.
So we will feature the singles gold medal match this afternoon. The singles will be on these two rinks. The pairs will move over 2 and the fours will move over another 2 as well.
So Kipper just called to run a little here. Oh, he's deadened the target up a bit. Still 2 down. Played it fairly well. Looked narrow out of his hand. Probably not the weight for that line.
Much better head and slightly shorter length. I think the players are handling it much better.
Yeah, Zone 2's been running it a bit shorter compared to Zone 4.
And look, Zone 4's been winning those longer, scrappy heads.
Yeah.
So you don't have to play brilliant on a length. You just have to play better than your opponents do.
That's right.
And people say, why are you throwing T to T? You're not getting them close. And I'm winning them.
Yeah, I'm getting closer than them. That's right.
Brendan.
So while they're walking away, I'll just show you something that I really enjoy in this format. Is that young lady there's tiny, and look at all the people around her. We've got age groups from 9, I think, to 17 here, and sometimes it makes for fairly, you'd almost say comical scenes. But yesterday I watched 3 ladies wearing Zone 9 shirts, although I don't think they're actually from Zone 9. They're 4 ladies, sorry. They're only aged, I think, between 9 and 12.
That is a great bowl from Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan.
Well, I think they're on loans from Marylands.
They are from Marylands, and they were really sticking it to the guys from Zone 13. It was really, really brilliant. Oh, great. That's the kind of shot I enjoy watching. Well and truly dead.
Only thing is, he's got the jack back to the tee, and he's still down.
Yeah, he's...
I actually think he's been better off playing a little bit less weight straight up the backhand, which will hold. Just look to sit those or get a little chip on that jack. He's had 2 bowls right near it.
Yeah, he probably played a weight was a bit big, a bit too big, but right, look at this.
Given heaps of room
Oh
for
my
Brendan
God.
to draw. That's a great bowl.
That's a fantastic shot, Brandon.
And you backed yourself in to almost run again.
Yeah, I think, well, there's that shot.
There's no
direct entry.
result.
You're right, there's no direct entry. All he's can do now is beat the hell out of it. Or he's got to play and hope to hit and sit.
No, look, he's going to go big. You do not want to be 2 bowls wide and get your own 2.
No, he's through the gap. From there, I just had the screen in the way. Sorry, it looked like it. Not quite, but it's more open now if he does. And he's actually got second shot now at the front. So
yeah, Brendan,
that's a good result in the end. It's not what he was aiming at, but
wants to draw so that he's got the tee and second shot. So he needs to just get in front of the white bowls. I would actually be trying to get just past the tee. He's played a brilliant bowl before. You actually don't want to play it right near your other one.
Well, as long as he's around the front white ones, I think he'll be pretty happy. Oh, wow.
Oh, that...
That's what we were discussing. You were just saying, I think, isn't it?
They'll both go.
They'll both go. I'm looking at this right in front of us now. We're sitting here. You've got a very similar view on the screen as to what we've got. We're just above that camera.
The good thing for Brendan is one of his bowls is a toucher. The same thing goes for Sam, though. If you go big, you cannot hit your own bowls.
Just can't hit your own. He's got to...
You get both your own bowls, you drop 4, and you're in trouble.
So that bowl of... The other risk there is that bowl of Brendan's is a toucher. Runs it through to the ditch with the jack. He's in trouble again.
I don't think he's going to go quite as big. I think he's going to try and...
Yeah, I think I heard Keeper say that. Not as big. But, yeah, you're right. That's a pretty good line so far.
Wants a little bit
It's
of...
got a hold. We got rid of that yellow one into the hole. 2 down. While we're discussing the tactics there, I just want to point out that those 2 bowls from Brendan were fantastic. On a pretty difficult
I actually think the second one, the last one was too good.
Yeah. It's just brilliant.
Actually, another foot away would have made that shot even tougher.
Oh, it's 7-9 after 10 now. These guys playing to 18 ends. A really tight contest.
Jack right up to the tee this time.
Yeah, unexpectedly, actually.
That won't come back. Won't get there either.
Yeah, neither.
Look, I honestly think you're better off to play the wider hand in these situations.
Yeah, I think that was...
If you can play the narrow hand and nail it, great. But you have to be nailing it.
You're right. I don't think he's been nailing either hand at the moment. Billy, he's having a bit of an off day. He's a fantastic bowler. You and I have seen a fair bit of him over the last few weeks, I guess, at junior championships and the Tri-Series.
Try last couple of years for me.
Yeah, last couple of years for you. So I've seen Billy a bit. You know he's a very capable bowler. We're just not seeing it at the moment.
And look, they're in the gold medal bracket, so obviously he's been playing okay yesterday as well.
Yeah, he's been going okay.
But these guys, they're just not believing what they're seeing. You on that line here, you've got the shadow. You want to be inside the shadow, and he's probably a little bit too far inside, and that'll cut away.
Overcorrected.
But as long as it stays up.
Nope, it's in the hole as well.
So you're probably aiming on this hand, you're probably aiming at where Cooper's foot bowl is on the green. That's your aiming point. That line. You need to be inside that shadow and up.
Yeah. Good for marking now, but shadows are not a great mark. I've discovered that early when I started playing. I used to use a shadow and find that my bowls got narrower and narrower.
Or wider and wider, depending which way you're playing.
Yeah, I remember it distinctly. It was shadow, narrower and narrower. I thought, what's going on here? Oh, yeah. The Earth is rotating.
So if you're here, where the mat is now, you're probably aiming at the edge of the transformer behind the green.
Yeah, only about that width, only about a couple of feet, maybe 3 feet across from it.
And on the backhand side, you're probably at around about the middle of the scoreboard on the adjacent ring.
But I tell you who has found his range. Look at this, Brennan.
And look, he's playing the wider hand. I think he's aimed at the about the point we said.
Yeah.
And he's close.
Oh, shot Cooper. Sorry, Sam. My apologies. Cooper's his teammate. But
good home.
Brennan from St John's Park.
Natural reflection to put George after Saint for you down in your area.
Did I say St John's Park?
You nearly said St George's Park. But
Sorry,
St.
yeah,
John's?
that's right. No, I was saying I was actually watching something else happen next door. A bit interesting. I think one of the guys got a bit of luck, and I think his parents and his supporters were clapping, and he turned to him and said, "Nope, don't clap that, please."
Good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of muscle memory for you.
Yeah,
George.
it does. Exactly right. Yeah.
Well, it's pretty well pointed again. Doesn't want to lose any weight. Get a little contact on that shot pole.
Needs a hold. It's close. Oh, there goes Jack.
And he's got it straight back to his own.
Played that just brilliantly in the end. Oops. Let's see where Jack went. There it is.
So the orange bowl is shot.
Oh, apologies. I'll see if I can get the ditch in there. I don't think there's anything in it. Yep, right on the edge there now. So, yeah, a fantastic shot there by Sam Rich, just moving Jack far enough for one. Probably the only shot he had on in the end. He played it magnificently. And Brennan Ford, bit of a sniper at the moment. It's just the last couple of ends, just found his weight and found his grass beautifully. But I've talked him up. He was looking to run through anyway, I think, and just missed. Sam just looking to build. He's insisting on playing the narrow hand, I think. It's really interesting whether we're seeing something different to what they're playing, but he's lining up on that narrow hand.
Well, he can draw underneath the yellows. He's out wide. Doesn't want to whack him. It's around it.
Yeah, just no turn at all at that weight. Just dead straight. So
not with that weight anyway.
One of the grey team, zone 4 grey. After he played,
Lockie Thompson next door has gone through a hole that's about 3/4 of bowl width.
Magic.
There's a nice big group of bowls in around that Jack, and it could be as many as 4 to Willaroy on the next rink. They're currently leading 16-10 after 12.
I could start Cooper just running past a bit, but won't be upset with it.
Only 3 by that appearance. Going to put the tape on to make sure.
Another spectator here, once again wearing short sleeves and shorts. Incredible. I'm rugged up. It's not as cold as it was yesterday, but she's still sitting there looking warmer than both of us. Yes, I can't believe it. Yes, look, it's not as chilly as it was yesterday. The breeze has kicked up, and I'm not feeling the ice that was shooting through my veins yesterday. It's great, absolute chaos. Shot there by it. Coopy's just playing such a magnificent game. He'll be pretty happy with the way he's going at the moment, I'd suggest.
It won't be long and I'll be leaving you, Ben, because I've got to go and make sure that our cards are ready for next round.
Yeah.
Because we don't know who's playing in what games yet. There'll be a few starting to finish soon.
Well, that's right. Yeah, the singles finish pretty quickly most of the time on this. And
I'm just keeping an eye on the singles at the other end of this green. So once they're starting to get close, I'll disappear. Cooper's on a decent line here. Just needs to finish in.
Yeah, he's put down 3 pretty good bowls. He'd be happy with that if he was leading for you.
Well, you've got
at any point.
You got the tee. You got 2 shots, one on, one just behind. And Billy, you're taking a bit too much grass, but that's not bad at all. It's second shot. So Brendan I think he'll stick with that wider side, the forehand.
Yep. So while they're crossing, I'll just show you this one. this young man, we have a bit of a theme of mullets at the moment. This young bloke here actually enters mullet competitions.
Cooper.
Yep, look at that. I reckon that's the best mullet going around here and in a competition that's full of really good mullets. he's amazing. Oh, careful, Sam. Yeah, no, he's kept one and has to touch it.
It's not a bad...
Yeah.
It's not disastrous, but it's not a great result.
Yeah, I think, well, Brendan's being a bit of a dead-eye at the moment. He can drift around and move the bowl or the jacket. He's hanging out there now.
He's a little under the line. Contact with Billy's would be all right, though. That's actually a pretty decent result for him.
Yeah, you're right. Well, he's got some impetus on the narrow side now, actually. You play a little narrow.
He's got the next two, and he's got one straight behind it. Sam wants to draw, miss the white, and get another one in that area. It's just a fraction narrow, but if he can sit on the inside of Billy's bowl, yep, great result. I like the intent here. He's attacking, but not going nutso. Needs to swing. Well, that's actually made it better for him.
Yeah.
He's got third and fourth, but he's also now got the tee and another backward. So
what do you do now as Sam Rich walking up to the mat and you go, I know what's going to happen. Rather than be trying to run through, do you come down and try to cover that tee, cover that back yellow bowl, or draw another shot?
Well, he's playing the tight hand. I think he's too wide.
Which means he's going for that back
You
yellow.
either cover the back or you try and cover the jack.
Well, I actually think he's played this really well.
That's good home.
Yeah. So lots of discussion again. These guys are collaborating.
Too, he's got one that's slightly cover. I think he should have been a bit further back and in between those two. He needed another metre on that bowl.
Yeah.
So Brendan, look, I think he can go big. You sink the jack straight back, you could get 2 or 3. You kill it, goes back to the spot.
Well, here we go. Gig is right. Oh, he's knocked sadly his own and Sam's out, but now they're holding 2, so that last ball ended up in a really good home in the end. Probably luckily, but that's 2. And that'll do, I would say.
Yep, put the lie detector on. Just a quick recap on our gold medal games. In the singles, it's Ryan Clem leading Tom Rich 17-14. Travis Moran leading Ethan Scott Brannigan 14-13, with the board about to be changed. And there's a couple more going on for Travis. Zone 3 leading Zone 12 in the fours, 17-2 after 10.
Yeah.
It's a big lead. Zone 16 leading 12-5 after 10 over Zone 6 in the fours. Zone 16 leading 19-10 after 13 in the pairs. And of course our match 11-10 after 13, Zone 12 over Zone 4. Nothing in it.
So it's interesting. Coop there just running it, trying to put a longer end in, lost the jack. Billy brought the mat back about a metre from where he put it and dropped the jack on the tee. And Coop lost his first bowl, so a bit of weight correction needed here. I'll tell you what, Billy's doing. Oh, he stayed very wide.
Well, I think he's in that mode where you're seeing what's happened, you know what's happened, but you're not correcting. You're in that.
That's right. Don't trust the bowl.
You're in that mode where you're automatically throwing it wider.
Oh, he's got jack here. Yep, that's pretty good correction. What do you reckon? That's.
And he's corrected here. He's under the line of the shadow. I don't know whether that's still too. Oh, it is. It's too wide. It's too short. Oh, I feel for Billy because I've been in that situation where no matter what I do, I'm not getting it right.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. You got to remember to trust your bowl. Trust that it's going to turn the way you think, not the way you think it's going to turn, but the way it is, and face the reality. I think there was I watched a movie years and years ago called The Replacements, and that's a wrong bias.
Oh dear, all in.
When it's going wrong, it's really going wrong.
You really don't want to put one of those down on a live stream because everyone knows about it.
Everyone sees it. Smiles all around. It's all right. Brendan coming up and just giving his teammates some encouragement. That's good. I like to see that. Because Billy be down on himself at the moment. As I said, good, very good player. Just not playing with what we expect at the moment.
Look at it. And this is where your teammate or your coach needs to say, mate, just forget about that. Just take that tight line on that. If you're going to play that hand, play the tight line or switch it over.
Yep.
Try something different. Sam's got this one. I reckon that's a great line as well.
Yeah, spot on.
And it's so much easier to play from up here than down there.
Just runs his hand through his mullet on the way through. It was gorgeous. I love it.
Brendan, he's out about that scoreboard line that I've said, so I reckon this is not too far away at all. Billy's urging it in. Yeah, it was out the edge of the scoreboard, not the middle, so that's about right.
Young Cooper just wandering through, smiling at the camera. That was the guy with the big mullet before.
Can't think of the episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns is saying, hippie.
Yeah, that's right. That was the softball episode.
Yep.
Asking Daryl, one of the guys, to shave his sideburns off. But what I was saying before, The Replacements was the movie I was talking about, and they talk about quicksand, where one thing goes wrong, and then another, and then another, and you feel like you're drowning, and the more you struggle, the deeper you sink. And I think that's a pretty apt way to describe what's happening to Billy at the moment, sadly. A lot of sympathy for him because it hurts.
The trick is you stop struggling.
Well, yeah, exactly right.
And you just go, okay, well, the ball's doing that, let's trust that. And you forget about everything. You just go, I'm going to pump it up on that line. I'm going to pump it up on that line. And you keep changing things till you get it right.
Good movie, though, by the way. The Replacements, if you haven't seen it, highly recommended.
It's a while ago. I might have forgotten it.
It's a long... Yes. I can't remember when it was released. There were two that came out at a similar time, just to digress. There was Remember the Titans and The Replacements, and they're two movies about American football, and they're both different aspects, but a similar kind of feeling to them in the end.
So, Brendan, last bowl of the head.
Yeah.
Bit of trouble.
Well, he's got... Yeah, I think... Well, I don't know. I can't see if it's one or two there. Either way, the grey team's got it.
It's at least two.
Until Brendan, one of the B names... Tell you what, it's close. Wants to turn a little more.
Just needs to stop. Just got a little bit of push on it. Then again, I'd rather see him do that than be short.
Well, they've moved one. One it is.
Well, Brendan might have actually been trying just to sit that to make a couple.
Yeah, I think that was, in the end, knowing now that it was they were only holding one, I think you're right. I think he was playing for that orange bowl just to sit it through a little bit. He played the right weight for it, but only missed by a couple of inches. So after 14 ends, 11 all.
One more each, they'll be even. So it's
4 ends to go.
Quick update on the singles. It's 15-17. So Ryan Clem leading Tom Rich 17-15. Travis Moran 17. Ethan Scott Brannigan 16. Nothing in that one. Zone 3 leading Zone 12 in the fours. 17-2 after 10. Zone 16 leading 12. 10 after 12. So that's they've come right back into it. Zone 6.
He's just bellied that beautifully. Sorry, mate.
Zone 16 leading 21-10 in the pairs after 15. So 3 ends to go and 11 shots the difference. They get a 2 on this end and it's all over. Whereas we've got 4 ends to go in this one. And it's a 4-end shootout.
Oh, he's not going to hit it hard enough to do any damage, but geez, he's playing that hand really well at the moment.
Oh, I just wonder, is this the impetus? They've forced Billy out onto that wider hand. Will this see the change? He's just not sent it.
The line was all right in the end.
Well, it's a fair bowl.
And he's only a couple of feet short. I'd love to see him get some confidence back. Cooper's gone too skinny.
Yeah, well, you see where he is after delivery. He's taken off after that one up. Hasn't stayed down on the mat.
Oh, a bit more weight this time.
Might be a bit over. But
he's back. He's the only one back. I am on the wrong camera. That makes more sense. Sorry, everyone. Sitting here watching it live instead of helping you guys get to see it.
So 5th, 7th playoff games in the singles are both finished. So that might be my cue.
Yep.
And it's 20-17 Travis Moran leading, although Ethan's just drawn shot.
So anyone watching is just tuning in now know that Jack wasn't placed on that line. It was knocked there by Cooper. I was just about to... I just actually had that thought myself. The players had put it on the wrong line, but it's absolutely correct. Oh, good. That's a good shot, Sam.
It is actually, because it's covered the tee, and it's also covered the trail.
Yeah, good tactical shot in the end.
It's a tight line, depends on his weight. Oh, he's got Billy's bowl up for another second shot. That's not too bad.
Yeah. So we'll be straight back after this game with the, well, not straight back, but we'll have a short break while the rinks get reset, and then we'll be back with the final. We're not sure who's in that yet, but there's brilliant Sam Rich.
Well, I'm not going to declare anyone a winner.
Yes, no way. It's not possible at this point.
Travis Moran holds the advantage, being 20-17 up.
Heavy shot here, Brendan. It's close. Oh, he's cleaned out one.
And he stayed on. So he's actually got the best 2 back now. I'll finish this end and disappear.
I'll just zoom that out a bit so you can see. Yeah, there's 2 there at the back. I just think Sam's got a draw on the wider hand there at total, and that's all he can do and rely on.
Well, he's
close.
He wants to get a second shot and he wants to get a cover, so he's got to pick one of them, and little touch is not going to hurt him either.
If it sits, I don't think
it's fallen over.
If it hadn't fallen down, I think he would have been happier. But it's a target now.
It's a huge target. But the good thing for Zone 4 is that if Brendan gets that jack and it goes out of bounds, goes back to tee, they've got it covered. So Brendan wants the jack clean, straight back to the ditch. So I'd be tempted to play the narrow side and with just ditch weight.
Yeah, I think well, he's reading your mind here, mate. Oh, wow.
And with this sort of weight,
here we go.
If you get the jack
straight through the middle, bang.
Made a triple.
That's yeah, he read your mind, or he heard you. He's at the other end of the green.
Wait until you get up the other end to say it. All right, well, Benny, it's all yours for a little while. I'm going to go and start making sure results and cards and everything are ready for the next round.
Sounds good. Now, they just called one. Was there another? I'm just looking for the third white bowl. There was a toucher.
Was there a toucher in the ditch? Oh, Ness is just saying there was a toucher in the ditch.
Right.
There you go. Fooled me.
Me too. I couldn't see it from here. Didn't see it move through all the way to the ditch. I thought it was...
Nevertheless, great bowl.
Remained. Yeah.
Good result. Gets shot. Gets one ahead with 3 to play.
Well, thanks for joining me for the middle portion of that match,
wonderful
mate.
to be here at Club Dubbo for the Junior Inter Zone 7-a-side.
Yeah, well, might see you for the final, mate.
Maybe.
Thank you very much, Andrew. We'll see you soon. Just have to make sure that I turn down the right one. I don't turn myself down. Although that some people might appreciate that. That one. Oh. Ness is coming over. Good. It's tough to be sitting here alone. I like company, and especially like a lady's voice on the stream. Makes it a bit different. Can be a little bit masculine here, but welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so glad you're here.
It's good to be back.
These guys we're watching a pretty good game here, aren't we?
A very good game. That last bowl by the skipper, lovely little on shot, picking up the kiddies straight into the ditch. That was very nice.
Just bellied it beautifully, didn't he? Andrew was just saying, because I was thinking I would have played the other hand actually, but Andrew was saying that's the shot he would have played, and he's more experienced than I am. So, and Brendan just seemed to read his mind. Keep just running through here. Just really feeling for Billy Waite here at the moment. He's such a good bowler.
You just have those off games or off days, don't you?
Yeah. He's getting some good encouragement by his skipper, by his teammate, which is really lovely.
Yep.
Really see, but there you go. He's getting one in there at least.
And let's face it, I mean, who can say they got a wrong bias in the zone? So that's something he can claim.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah,
And he can watch the replay of it now too.
They can all have a laugh about it. That's half the fun of the game.
In the end, yeah. It's tough getting a wrong bias into the side ditch as well when you're playing on the ditch ring. It's an unusual one. So who else is around here? There's bowls flying everywhere at the moment. I just heard a big hit go through next door.
Some good games going on, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, we're at the finals. It's just looking around with the other camera now, Brendan. That's a pretty good shot. I actually think that being jack high, that might be the shot at the moment. Pretty good view of this rink from here. Club Dubbo, I just can't believe how good Club Dubbo has been to us lately. We were certainly enjoying ourselves last night with them, weren't we?
Great club. A bit biased. I was a member here for many years.
Yeah,
Love this club.
of course you were.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Just getting told we've upgraded from the dungeon to the penthouse. Some of you may not know is when we were broadcasting Warilla, we were downstairs in there. Fig Tree, sorry. And downstairs is the old hairdresser salon, but it's underground, and it was a little.
That sounds like a dungeon.
Just
for
a little bunker. It was smaller than this actually. It was tiny.
You definitely upgraded. It's a beautiful
Oh,
spot
yeah.
out here.
I'm loving it right now.
Not so cold as yesterday.
No, not so cold as yesterday. Correct. There's two differences in this game. I would say that Brendan, is playing extremely well, and I think the team game of Zone 4 is what's keeping them together at the moment. Zone 12 with a one-shot advantage and 3 ends to go. And this young man here has been a revelation to me.
He's got the captain hat on, that's for sure. He's very focused on what his job is.
He's got the captain hat on. I'll use that. I'm going to steal that expression. I like that one. Oof. Running through there, but still some good cover. I don't think there's one bowl left for Sam here. And Sam's just got to come and meet that bowl. There's no... I can't see a way to get Jack through to the back for a multiple. He does have coverage on that, on the
tee's covered.
On the left-hand side, of that. A bit off centre. Let's fix that. So fair line. He's given it enough grass. Now about the weight. Here he comes, willing it on. Not quite. So 2 there. I can't see them getting any more out of that. But
no.
I love the way they do that sometimes. Bounce up and down and spin around like a Native American in an old Western movie, dancing round and round. The old stereotypes.
Just willing it on.
So all over next door, 21-10 after
Wow.
15 ends.
That was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a really fast game on the other side. They were playing some pretty big bowls.
Yeah, you're right, non-stop. And then down the end, I can't see quite what that one was. I think Cooper was on that rink, and I don't know which side he was on, in fact. And then I've completely missed that, but they're adjusting the score for me, so that's okay. 15-11 after 16 is what we have. So that must have been 3. So 15-11, 4 shots in it with 2 ends to go. A bit of work to do now for Zone 12, who until probably the 10th end, the 9th end. So the halfway point's a game of 2 halves. Zone 4 were all over them, and then 9th end, Zone 12's just picked up their game in a way they've kicked.
It's definitely a game of luck, but it's also definitely a game of determination and strategy. And
Oh, you never let go. That's one of the features I think of the juniors. They don't have that quit in them.
no,
That let themselves down. Especially young ones, which I'm really seeing, and something for, I don't know, maybe you get jaded as you get older, even as a teenager, but the really young ones, they never stop.
no, it's quite inspirational seeing some of these kids out there, and they need to give some of the seniors a bit of a pep talk.
Oh,
probably.
man, it's heavily inspirational. I find actually, if I'm playing now down at my club or wherever it is, I often think, oh, geez, Billy wouldn't give up. At this point, I think, I think about these guys because their attitude is perfect. It's exactly the way I wish I could be myself. Too much of an old cynic.
I remember my husband saying when I first started playing bowls, you just got to win the next end. That's all you got to do is win the next end and keep winning ends after that. So
Well, he's right.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not wrong.
One of my old mentors, Joe Shimbry, used to say a lot, just one close. Every end, one close. The rest don't matter, as long as you get one close.
Yep.
And that served me fairly well, actually.
It makes me think, there's a lot of sayings that come out of bowls, isn't there?
There is. Oh, yeah, definitely. Lots of old techniques. And
Yep.
we spoke about, we were talking about yesterday with, we talked about one of my relatives is a fairly high placed in sport. And great shooting there, Cooper. Look at those three bowls. One's a toucher as well. Sports psychology and the psychology of sportsmen. And I've read a lot of books on it and how to refocus and rewire your brain for a sportsman. There's a lot of similarities between sports and sports psychology and warfighters and guys that go to war and things like that. It's a lot of practice and a lot of determination for one moment.
Yeah, being mentally tough.
And in that one moment, if you can make everything click, but it's not just about, that one moment isn't what makes a good warfighter or makes a good sportsman. It's the hours and hours and hours of training yourself to be ready for that one moment. And in bowls, your moment is when you stand on the mat, and the confidence you build is knowing that you put the practice in or you've got the determination to do it. And sometimes, look at this.
Beautiful.
Sam Rich and a little touch as well. So 3 there now. You talk about coming to an end where they're 4 down.
Yeah, they've replied well, haven't they?
Yeah. But it is. Sport's all about moments. And elation, the sadness, the drama. We love it all. And, that's a great effort. Oh, my God. Brendan, what a head. What a lot of bowls. What a brilliant 4 bowlers we're watching here at the moment.
I was going to say super skill by these kids. They're all staying calm and just focusing on what they've got to get done.
Oh, not quite there. Played the right shot. Either looking to roll Brennan over and take him out of that equation completely, or just move Jack a
just tick the
couple
Jack
inches.
a little. Yep.
Yeah.
Either way, there was 2 really good shots there.
Mm. And Brendan doesn't have to change much. He wants to play a similar kind of thing. Just come and sit, nestle amongst them, move. He only needs to add a couple of centimetres of weight. He's played the right line. Waite looks fun.
Yep. It's going to be there.
And rest through, fall down. Oh, just out, I think. So maybe 2 at the moment to zone 4. Close. Very, very close. He's had a great game. The selectors will be watching him.
Yep.
Wow. What do you do now?
I don't know.
You've got to play safe to that white bowler. It's just to maybe roll it down and it might fall over for a shot. But he's had a quick word to his coach on the side there.
I don't know. I'd probably play the back end maybe. Maybe not try to move the Jack too much if you accidentally bump into one of your own bowls. But
you can see them here having a chat to their coach. Off the green, of course, as it should be. So in the context of the game, they've declared, have they? Yep, they've declared the head, so that'll be 2. Yep. So I think that's an interesting decision in the context of the game. There's still 2 down. They had an opportunity to get another shot and only be 1 down for the final end. It's not a bad choice.
No, I
just-
think there was a fair bit of risk either way.
Yeah.
Well, the other way. At least it's a guaranteed to taking that
Yeah.
as the decision.
I think it's not a bad choice. It's not necessarily the one I would have made, but
No.
it's not a bad choice. I think I would have played. Would have been hunting for that one extra shot.
What's that saying? You got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I'm a chicken, so I probably would have taken the two.
Oh, too far, sorry everyone.
You've almost nailed this camera moving skills.
I'm getting better. I'm trying hard.
Oh, you got chucked in the deep end by Linny, so I think you're doing a good job.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I get to take it all home this time, and I'll sit at home and practice in my backyard, chasing my dogs around or something.
Maybe put a jack out there for them, see if they'll...
I just throw a little ball. They're only Jack Russells, so then. So final end here. 2 shots between them, 13-15. Oh, that says 14-15 after 17. Something's... Maybe that was a 3.
I thought it was a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then no wonder
Probably-
they took the other
I was gonna
shot.
say, probably
No,
a really good
jeez.
decision.
My apologies. Yeah, no. I recant everything I just said completely. I thought it was only 2. No, 1 shot between them, definitely. Yeah, that was all risk.
That's a good correction.
Yep, very good, Billy. Business end now.
Oh, nice
Ooh.
little touch by Cooper. Didn't
Just-
go the right way,
That's
but
it, just unlucky, but touch a handy. He's had a great game, Cooper.
Yeah.
He's just he hasn't always been extremely close, but he's always been close enough to be holding shot at the end when the skippers cross. So very well done to him.
Yep.
And Billy's last bowl now to make or break it. I guess he looks like he's crossing on that wide hand and sitting in the front. But a really good player who just having a bad run. For this one, he'll make up if they win and go into the final, the gold medal match. You can see Warren Towney there, is that right? At the back?
yeah.
One of my favourite blokes in bowls, actually, Warren. He's a good man.
There's some great people in bowls. It's crazy, you don't see him for 12 months and it feels like yesterday.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
I saw him. Actually, only met him at the Australian Open.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago.
June,
don't
wasn't
think-
it? No, not June. When was the Australian Open?
June, yeah.
June.
I don't remember. They said I've been home for maybe, I think it's 5 days since June.
Wow.
It's total for all these games and tournaments we're doing. It's been, so I'll appreciate the break this time.
Yeah, it's always good to go home. I love travelling for work, but it's always good to go home.
Oh yeah, I get to see if the kids still recognise me and all that. So.
Oh, they might not. You've got your green mohawk now.
They saw that just before I left, actually. I've always got something stupid going on. So that for the first time, I'm going to have to tell these kids off for getting in front of the
I
camera.
was just thinking that. He's close, I think.
Yeah, well, he's got the right weight and he's sitting next to it. So Jack has moved around. There was a shot to Billy. Now I think it's a shot to Brendan. Well, they need 2 for the win.
Still a nice big open head. Like there's quite a lot of options there, I suppose.
Yeah.
But they got some good catches over to the side there.
Oh, yeah, all those orange bowls there and that white one. Jack moves across there, but he's only got this bowl to do it. Chasing hard. Tell you what, he's drawn
Really
it dead.
good try.
Drawn it dead. What a great shot. So I don't have Andrew here, so I can't even tell you if they're playing extra end. I don't know if it will be necessary. They might. Well, he's come down heavy on that narrow hand. What needs a little bit of turn, and he's, oh, look at this. Cleaned it out. One shot, zone 12, and that's the win.
What a brilliant game.
That was fantastic.
They should all be proud of themselves. They all played really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great tactics, good teamsmanship.
I think the teamsmanship's the bit that gets to me in this, and something they do so well in these junior ranks. And zone 12, even though Billy was down a fair bit, Brendan kept him up, kept his head up, and I couldn't be happier and more proud with these guys at all. But zone 12 just getting up there on the last end in the end with the final bowl. And congratulations to all the players involved. We'll be back, I'd say, in about half an hour. But keep an eye on our socials for your notifications and that for the final. And until then, Ness, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I love it.
Well, you can join me anytime. I love having you sit next to you. Your insights are really good and you speak really well, so I appreciate it very much.
Mate.
And you obviously know the game.
Maybe a little bit.
And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you as